Hey, good morning, guys. It's Friday, the day when at my day job I switched from day shift to night shift. So I get to spend all day at home and then I have to go to work at night. That's usually my day when I'm really busy. Here at home I write myself a little to-do list and it has a lot to do with mowing. So I have to mow, I have to fix 2 mowers, and I have to edit a mowing or mower repair video. If you haven't checked out my other channel, Heiko's Garage, you can check that out on YouTube. And then I also have to mow at church. We have big property around the church and then we have a tractor there. So lots of mowing related things, including mowing off my stubbles. That's what we're going to do this morning. And I was kind of thinking, what are we going to do? Over the last couple weeks, I have accumulated a huge collection of vintage razors, all just cheap, from the antique store, from eBay, Facebook Marketplace and all that kind of stuff, because I just wanted to have, vintage Gillette razors. They're kind of the standard, Gillette was like the biggest name in shaving for a long while, and I guess they kind of still are, and they are pretty good to get an idea of where a double-edged safety razor came from, and how they developed over time and what kind of features they developed, so from like a little tech razor here to the red tip, they're all sitting on top of my medicine cabinet. And then we have the Black Beauty. I don't think this is the Black Beauty because it doesn't have the black bottom plastic plate, but it's a long handle, black adjustable. And, and then of course also the Fat Boy and the Slim and all that. So I have a large selection already of vintage razors that I can try out, that I can experiment with, where I can gain experience in wet shaving. But you guys have seen all those razors like a million times. And the razor that we're going to be using today, you also have seen probably a few times. It's, nondescript little cardboard box. And when it gets opened, there's a pack of blades in there. I don't even know. Coda blades. I don't think I'm going to use those today. And then out comes a Merkur Futur clone. This is what it is. I bought this off of, it's like one of those online retail China market called Temu, maybe. This was literally like $7. And now before you say, okay, now he's buying Chinese garbage, if you think about it, how many razor brands are made in China? Most of the Rockwell razors are made in China. They say that they have their own facility, blah, blah, blah. Of course, that's good. The manufacturing power is in China. That's just undeniable. Parker razors are made in India. Lots of stuff is made in China. Here, the Wilkinson Sword razor made in China. The Gillette, King C Gillette razor, cheaper from the supermarket, is made in China. So a lot of things are made in China these days, unfortunately. But I mean, they have the capability to make a Merkur clone so easily, and it costs $6. If I would have bought the Futur and then probably not liked it, because a lot of people have a lot of issues with it. The adjustment, you have to hold onto the head to do the adjustment because it's just not enough space to grab it. Then also the loading mechanism with the 2 little spring steel strips in there and those 2 prongs that just plug in. And I don't even know, there is one flat side and one side that has a little bit of an edge to it. I guess that's to make it easier to pull it off. And I don't know if it actually makes any difference if I turn this. It fits both ways. Quality control on this one here is probably not as good as on the Merkur production, because I think even the adjustable Futur was made in Germany. Yeah, it looks exactly like it. It looks exactly like it. People have compared it next to each other. This might be a little lighter. They probably saved on some material somewhere, but we're going to try this out. The Futur is known to be a really aggressive razor, so I'm going to really take it easy and start with number 1 here before we go all potato peeler, as it's called. So this is Temu market. You can find it on Aliexpress as well. Made in China. Then we're gonna have a DS Cosmetic. I don't know if you guys watch Sinatra Lennon shaving channel. He used to talk about DS Cosmetic a lot because they made a special Sinatra Lennon version for him at some point. So this is $7. So this thing is more expensive than the razor, really. Nice big handle, synthetic bristles. Very soft, feels good. I don't know if it's gonna hold together or if it's all gonna fall out. And even has a little engraving here. Says DS Cosmetic DS shaving brush. So pretty good handle. We're gonna try this. It's synthetic, so we don't have to, pre-soak. And then there is a shaving bowl or a cup. And I've seen this design before, and it was on another shaving channel, West Coast Shaving. I think they sell it on their webpage. I would guess they charge more money, but it's exactly, they have the same design in there, this little, what is it, a flower, and then those ribs on the side, the same ribs here at the bottom, the same place where you can rest the brush on. This doesn't even fit. That's a good start here. Let's see another one. Let's see this one. No, it doesn't fit in there. So that's not so good. But yeah, they have, I think, exactly the same design. Maybe the same Chinese company makes it for West Coast Shaving. I don't know exactly, but this one here has a live bin. It's really funny how those Chinese companies come up with their product names or their brand names. They just take some English word and add a ben at the end, or it's really confusing sometimes to look at that. But another $6 product. Not that I necessarily want to buy Chinese stuff, but at this point in time, the Futur is easily a $70 razor if I buy it from Merkur or any kind of reputable shaving supply store. I just noticed there's something loose here. That's a good start. And of course those brushes, I would like to own some Simpson brushes, or there's so many artisan brushes out there and soaps and whatnot. It's expensive, and I kind of focus on buying vintage razors. And I will probably sell on a few, or maybe do a giveaway with you guys. Let me know if you are interested in me giving away a vintage Gillette razor. Now let's do some shaving. And for shaving cream and whatnot, I'm just using Praso and this new brush. I was debating whether or not to get one of those little hospital supply bowls that Sinatra Lennon uses to wash out his razor. So he doesn't have water in his sink, so he can wash off his face in the sink, and he washes his razor off in this little bowl. Because in the antique store that I was recently, they had one, a vintage one, a metal one that's enameled. It's like hospital supply. Almost bought it. It was $15. All right, let's load up some soap here. I'm just gonna load up the brush, really thick. And then get a little bit more water and switch over to our Chinese agitation bowl here. I don't know if I'm supposed to hold it this way or that way. Let's get a little bit more water. All right, let's rest this here for a second. Let's put some Praso pre-shave on. Very minty. I think we discussed that already before. But I like it. Gives you this really fresh, cold feel when you're done shaving. That lasts for quite a while actually. But I listened to your guys' recommendation. So I have the Praso Green aftershave, but now I also have the aftershave balm, which is much gentler. I don't think there's any alcohol in it. Okay. Haven't shaved in 2 days and it's growing fast. I mean, my beard, wherever it grows really fast. All right, and we are going to use a brand new Wilkinson sword. Not the Wilkinson sword Gillette or Gillette Wilkinson sword. Those are two different operations. I know that the Wilkinson sword blades are made in Germany. German guy, gotta use a German blade, right? And it's also really decent sharp blade, I gotta say. And then there is Gillette Wilkinson sword that you find on Amazon all the time, like those 100 packs. Those things are made somewhere else. So I took the little lid off, grab a blade, slap the blade on here, and then whatever direction, push that on. And since it isn't a Merkur, wow, look at the blade exposure left and right. So we're definitely at the lowest setting. I'm kind of nervous because everyone kept saying potato peeler, very aggressive. And with my newbie face, I don't know if I can handle aggressive, but we'll see. Has a good weight to it. It's a little head heavy, I would say. Okay, let's do it. And I'm sucking in the shaving foam again. There is some action going on, but not much. So I think we're going to go immediately to number 2. It's really not that bad. I can hold it without cutting myself and turn. I don't have to grab it like sideways. All right, we're on 2. I think you really also... have to get the angle just right on this particular one here. Let's go up a notch. We're going up to number 2.5 without cutting myself. A lot of people complain that those Futura and the clones, people have a hard time getting under their nose. So let's find out. Yeah, it's really difficult. I have a lot of stubble sitting up here still. And I don't think sideways going this direction would do anything because the edge of the blade is so far away from the end. So I don't think we're going to discover anything new that the other shaving channels haven't discovered yet. So on my neck, I'm sensitive on my neck. We're going down to a 2 again. Let's go back up to a 3, huh? 2.5, 3, somewhere in between. So another thing that I noticed is these don't have a click in there, right? So you can modulate your adjustments. You can do 2 3/4 or 5 5/8 or whatever. But there's nothing locking down the adjustment. So while you're shaving, maybe you're at a weird angle and you twist your handle a little bit, you might actually change the setting while you're shaving. All right, let's give it a feel. Now, under my nose, that's going to be difficult. There's lots of stuff left. Lots of stuff. All right, let's rinse this off. And the second round. So let's see what our lather is doing here. Lather it up again a little bit. Refresh it, hydrate it. Maybe my face is a little too wet. Gotta get it just so. Okay. Kids are still in school. I think it's going to be over soon. One more week I think they have here in the state of Nevada. So yeah, night shift tonight. I'll be watching over the community. If there's an emergency, we will come. And lots of mowing today and repairing mowers. So if you check out my channel, the Heiko's Garage, it used to be my dumping ground for all kinds of content. But then when I wanted to get into the shaving game, I decided to just split it off. It cannot all be in one channel. And Heiko's Garage doesn't sound like a shaving channel, right? All right, so now we're gonna do, what are we gonna do? So we did with a grain. So when I shave uphill on my neck, that's with a grain. Now we're gonna go across the grain up here and down across the grain down here. So let's do that. We're still at almost 3. I really feel like I could go up a little bit. Let's go to a full 3 here. So which side is shorter? That end. So we can get those stubbles away. I'm at a 3 and there's not much action going on. With this one, it's really hard to tell, like if you get the angle right, you have to listen to the feedback. You can't really feel it. That's the weird thing. Even though everyone is saying it's so aggressive. If you have a large nose and a lot of beard growth under your nose, it's going to be difficult. When your razor doesn't give you enough feedback, then you start pushing and putting more pressure on it than you should. Okay, round 2, rinse off. A little too wet. Lather up. A little bit of water. A lot of people do the pinching in between their fingers and squeeze all the lather off. With a bowl here, that works pretty well too. Okay. And now we're going to do a uphill on my face up here and another uphill on my neck, because my neck can only handle so much of cross grain. Oh yeah, we're at a 3. I think that's gonna be it for today. This holds a lot of water, so if you rinse it out, you have a lot of water splashing out. So far no nicks, I don't see anything bleeding, so I guess that's a positive. But you know what they say, you shouldn't praise the day before the evening. Because we're shaving with a clone of a potato peeler. Alright, let's see if am I going to do uphill on my lip? Oh yeah. That's the way to do it. Now we're clean up here, more or less. That works. Yeah, every time you rinse this off here, I'll show you. Lots of water. We survived the potato peeler clone. There's still this one little, oh, I got a cut now. Oh, I'm bleeding. Oh my goodness. Can't see blood. No, never mind. It's not bad. So cold water rinse. It got most of it off. There's always a little bit here. I would have to shave this direction to really get in there, but then after that I would have a lot of razor burn. So my neck area here would not handle this really well. So one little nick. Let's use the Proraso alum block real quick. Get that wet. Oh, burns. Matt from Razor Emporium, he's a big supporter of people just shaving with a grain to prevent irritation and ingrown hair, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you can do probably 1 or 2 passes with a grain, or like one real pass and then some cleanup. But you know, when you're like us, right, and you're always wanting the baby butt smooth, which at least up here we got. No, not there. Working on that, working on it, guys. So we survived shaving with a Chinese-made clone of the Real Mercure potato peeler. Look at this blade gap. If we go all the way to 6, that's half of my face would fit in there. And then of course it's also not lining up perfectly. There is a lot of wobble and play in there. So can I recommend this? It shaves. It's $6 or $7. If you like, I can put some links down below. YouTube doesn't let me use clickable links because I'm such a new channel. So if you guys help me out, subscribe, maybe we can get past that quick. If you want to check it out, but yeah, it's a well-made copy of a German razor. But no, it doesn't give you the, even this $15 Wilkinson sword here with a twist to open, non-adjustable. You can feel where the razor head is. The angle is kind of more intuitive, and you can feel the shaving action much easier. It's much better. And this thing is also very heavy at the head end, not the handle end. You know, if you can tell by just looking at this. And so, I don't know, it's a little off balance, and no, I can't recommend this. So don't spend $6, even if it's just $6 or $7 for a novelty if you want to try it out, but get yourself something else. Get yourself a vintage. They are like 15, 20 bucks if you're lucky. And this one here, I really got lucky. It's so shiny still everywhere. No brass showing. And with this one, you get the head design of a Gillette with the adjustability, and the blade feel is much nicer. We're still bleeding. We're bleeding. Let's do a quick little rinse off of the alum. Dry off. And then we're gonna put some Proraso shaving balm on it. Smells good. Not too intense, I would say. You can use that on your entire face. You know, the wrinkles under your eyes, your forehead. It's really nice. I like it. I like the products of Proraso. I didn't dare to buy an Aliexpress shaving soap, as you can tell. I will clean up, and then I'm going to do some mowing, and then I'm going to do all kinds of other things. My list is really long here. And you guys have a great day and a great weekend. See you on Tuesday. All right, take care, guys. Bye. Hey, guys. I was just cleaning up the shaving mess that I made, and then I realized I didn't give you the German word of the day. So in the beginning we were talking about mowing, or I was talking about mowing. Mowing, lawn mowing would be Rasenmähen. Rasen, lawn, mähen, mowing. You can see the similarities there. So a lawn mower is a Rasenmäher. So that's the German word of the day. Little add-on here at the end.